Hello everyone, my name is Jace Brown and I'm a student at Rutgers Law School. I'm filming this video on behalf of LEAD, which stands for Learn, Empower, and Advocate for People with Disabilities. LEAD is a pro bono project that was formed by Rutgers Law students for the sole purpose of assisting disabled individuals and their families in finding and utilizing the resources available to them through the state and federal government. The information we provide is tailored to the residents of New Jersey, but much of the information regarding federal programs would be applicable to any state. Today I will be talking about Supplemental Security Income, and otherwise known as SSI, and how to obtain SSI for you or your loved one based on a disability. Nothing I say should be taken as legal advice. I am not a lawyer, I'm a law student. I am merely providing and clarifying the information that I have found online and through various resources to better assist you in determining whether you or someone you know may qualify for SSI. So let's get started. SSI is a government program run by the Social Security Administration which provides monthly stipends to low-income individuals regardless of age who are blind, elderly, or have a disability. To show that you are blind or elderly is a pretty straightforward process, but proving a disability is a little more complicated. For disabled children, the SSA will look to the parent's income to determine the level of need. For disabled individuals over the age of 18, the government will look only to the individuals themselves. The SSA sets strict limits on the amount of income and assets you can have and still be eligible for SSI. Determining whether you will fall within SSI's income and resource limits, as well as figuring out what your SSI monthly stipend will be, are both complicated processes that your SSA claims representative can help you with after looking at your finances, but I will go ahead and discuss them briefly. The income limit for SSI is based on what is called the federal benefit rate. The federal benefit rate represents both the SSI income limit and the maximum stipend available under SSI. In 2015, the federal benefit rate is $733 per month for individuals and $1,100 for couples. To qualify for SSI, your countable monthly income cannot exceed the federal benefit rate. I say countable because the SSA does not count all of your income when determining your eligibility or the SSI amount you will receive. I will discuss this shortly. To be eligible for SSI, the value of the things you own must be less than $2,000 if you are single and less than $3,000 if you are married and living with your spouse. The SSA does not count the value of your home if you are living in it, and usually does not count the value of any automobiles that you may use. To get SSI, you must also apply for any other government benefits in which you qualify. However, if you get SSI, you will be eligible for Medicaid automatically. After you have been accepted to receive SSI, you'll get a separate letter of acceptance and ID card sent to you from the state of New Jersey for your Medicaid. The monthly payment amount you receive if you qualify for SSI varies based on circumstances, and the payment is generally supplemented by your state. The state supplement is usually between anywhere from $10 to $200. And however, there are some states that don't supplement. Arizona, Arkansas, Georgia, Mississippi, Oregon, Tennessee, Texas, and West Virginia, they do not supplement the income. All other states do, and again, it's between anywhere from $10 to $200. If you are a resident of New Jersey, the state supplement will automatically be added to your monthly payment, and there's not a separate application process. The procedure, however, varies from state to state. Some states have separate application processes for the added state benefit. Okay, now what counts as income? In determining your level of income and whether you are eligible for SSI, the Social Security Administration looks only to countable income. Generally, the more countable income you have, the less the SSI benefit will be, or if your countable income is too high, you will be precluded from receiving any SSI benefits at all. In determining income, the Social Security Administration will first look to your earned income. Earned income is wages, net earnings from self-employment, certain royalties, honoraria, and sheltered workshop payments. If you earn income, you are allowed to deduct a certain amount before it is considered countable income. The first $65 in earnings and 1/2 of all earnings over $65 are not considered countable income. On the other side is unearned income. Unearned income is all income that is not earned, such as Social Security benefits, pensions, state disability payments, unemployment benefits, interest income, and cash from friends and relatives. If you have unearned income, this will be considered countable income for the purposes of SSI, though there is a $20 deduction that is not counted. Shelter, food, and in-kind support. If you receive SSI benefits and someone provides you with food and/or shelter that you don't pay for, this is countable income unless it comes from a nonprofit agency. This is called in-kind support. It's other people supporting you essentially, but if it's a nonprofit agency, it does not count. And there are certain amounts of income that are not countable for purposes of SSI benefits, and I'm going to give you a list. This is not an exhaustive list. For a more exhaustive list, please click on the link below. Food stamps are not countable. Income tax refunds are not countable. Home energy assistance, small amounts of income received irregularly or infrequently, interest or dividends on countable income, assistance based on need from state or local government, grants, scholarships, fellowships, or gifts used for tuition and educational expenses, food or shelter based on need provided by nonprofit agencies, loans to you that you have to repay, money someone else spends to pay your expenses for items other than food or shelter, such as telephone or medical bills, earnings up to $1,780 a month for a student under the age of 22, and the cost of impairment-related work expenses that a disabled individual needs to work. Okay, now aside from meeting these income and resources requirements, an individual also has to show that he is blind, elderly, or disabled. As I mentioned earlier, showing that you are blind or elderly is a fairly straightforward process, but proving disability is a bit harder. What does it mean to be disabled for purposes of SSI? Number one, your disability must have lasted 12 months, is expected to last 12 months, or is expected to result in death. And number two, your impairment or the treatment for your impairment causes you to be unable to perform substantial work, also known as substantial gainful activity. In 2015, substantial gainful activity is defined as making $1,090 per month or more. To determine whether you can make $1,090 a month, so the Social Security Administration will first look to whether your disability prevents you from doing the job that you had at the time you became disabled, assuming you had a job at the time you became disabled. If it is determined that you are unable to do that job, the Social Security Administration will look to see whether you can do any job that pays more than $1,090 a month or more. If you are unable to do any work that pays $1,090 a month or more, then that Social Security Administration will find that you are unable to perform substantial gainful activity. And number three, to qualify for SSI, you must have a listed impairment or an impairment equaling a listed impairment. For qualifying as disabled by having a listed impairment, the Social Security Administration publishes a list online at their website. Please click the link below and you can see the list of impairments that your impairment must be equal to. And to qualify as disabled by having an impairment equaling a listed impairment, an individual must show that his or her impairment is medically equal to or functionally equal to a listed impairment. To be medically equal, the impairment must be the same or equal in severity to one of the listed impairments. By way of example, symptoms, signs, etc. The symptoms and signs need to be medically equal to one of the listed impairments. To be functionally equal to a listed impairment, the impairment must be just as disabling as the listed impairment because of limitations in 6 domains. Number 1, acquiring and using information. Number 2, attending and completing tasks. Number 3, interacting and relating with others. 4, caring for yourself. 5, moving about and manipulating objects. 6, health and physical well-being. And in order to be functionally equal, the individual must have severe or serious limitations in 2 of these 6 areas. And that is how you determine if you are disabled for purposes of SSI as far as the Social Security Administration requires. If after hearing all of this you feel as though you or someone you know may qualify for SSI, then it is time to apply for SSI benefits. To apply, follow these steps. To apply for SSI in New Jersey, you should call 1-800-772-1213 and make an appointment to complete the SSI application over the phone or in person at the SSA field office nearest you. Number 2, before your appointment, you need to complete the Child Disability Report, Form SSA-3820-BK, or Adult Disability Report, Form SSA-3368-BK. You can find both of these forms online. Please click the link below. Complete as much of the forms as you can, and if you have any problems or questions with the form, just ask your SSA representative whenever you meet with them or speak with them over the phone. Number 3, once you have met with your SSA representative and the application process is completed, the application will be sent to Trenton for eligibility determination. This process will generally take between 90 and 120 days. However, in some rare cases, it will take longer. If the SSA contacts you with any requests for more medical or financial information, you must respond within 10 days. If you do not respond within 10 days, your application can get thrown out and you'll have to start the process all over again. Number 4, you will receive a letter in the mail telling you that you are approved or denied. If approved, you will receive an award notice within 30 days of the approval detailing the amounts of benefits you will receive and when. Unfortunately, number 6, unfortunately, most SSI claims are denied after the initial application. In New Jersey, you stand about a 65% chance that your initial application will be denied. If denied, you must appeal the decision within 60 days by completing a request for reconsideration and an appeal disability report. Both of these can be found online. Click the link below. If you win your appeal, you will receive back benefits back to your initial filing date. If you do not file an appeal within 60 days, you can reapply, but you will forfeit the back benefits. The entire appeals process can last up to 2 or 3 years. The reason for this is because the first appeal, called a reconsideration, can take just as long as the initial application, which is the 90 to 120 days. And the second appeal, a request for a hearing, can sometimes take over 2 years. Just getting a hearing date before a disability judge can take over a year. So you want to make sure in your initial application that you have everything filled out correctly because, like I said, a lot of these applications get denied. 65% get denied, and going through the appeals process can be a burden. And that's it, folks. That's how you apply for SSI benefits in New Jersey. And other states are similar in their methods and procedures. Call your local field office and set up an appointment. And please remember that there are other resources available on our website. Click the link below, and our website is continually updated, so be sure to keep an eye out for more LEAD resources in the future. Thank you for your time.